Testing, testing, maple syrup, testing, testing. Welcome to ARL Elite Division, Round 8, Japan. We're here at Suzuka tonight for the round 8 of 14 in the Elite Division. No assists, no racing line, just the driver, the track, and whatever they choose to use as their inputs. That's what she said. Reminder that this is viewer discretion is advised, 18 plus, yada yada yada, F-bomb, swearing, all that kind of fun shit is in here. So we have what's looking to be a good race. Once again, Cody's doesn't let me know what the fucking weather's going to be like. So yeah, I have no idea. It looks like it's going to be dry as of right now, which is positive. So Suzuka Racecourse. We have 10 corners to the right, 8 corners to the left. Suzuka, first race held here in Formula One was in 1987. We raced here 1987 to 2006. Little break for 3 years, then 09 to 19. A couple breaks because of the COVID pandemic, and then back in 2022. The lap record is held by one of Andrew Mason's favorite drivers, Lewis Hamilton. 1:30.983 is the track record here at Suzuka, which was put down in 2019. And it's amazing he did that wicked fast lap while complaining about something, probably his tires. But all seriousness, obviously he's a really good driver. And yeah, we just like to chirp him every once in a while. The record previous to that, from 02 to 08, was Kimi Räikkönen in the McLaren, which was put down in 2005, 1:31.540. So, as the drivers are doing their laps, let's get some telemetry up. Feeling pretty energetic today. The Woodford's flowing. I don't like to commentate alone, so it's going to be me and my Woodford bourbon. Going to be taking you through some driving tonight. As for the standings, Youngling's super pumped because Maybay will not be racing again tonight, so it'll give him another chance to kind of close that gap. Maybay leading Elite right now with 138 driver points, followed by Youngling, followed by Cowboy and Race Chase. The real tight battle between Youngling, Cowboy, and Race Chase right now with 4 points. Sorry, Cowboy, Race Chase, and Nico John, my apologies, with 4 points separating those drivers. Next we have Houdini. Santiago is still clinging to the top 10, even though he's away on a vacation and won't be back till probably February. Then we got Yake, Thanks, Gunnerati, Capital, Flavius, UV, Wolfman, Danny, Reserve Helicon, Reserve VTEC, we got Echo, we got Souza, a couple more reserves, and that basically rounds it all out. We got a couple reserves kicking in today. We have Roosy F1, who's going to be filling in the Red Bull Racing, and we have Andrew Mason going to be rocking in the Aston Martin tonight. In the AlphaTauri for Andrew Mason. We have Youngling on his hot lap right now, looking to close that gap between himself and Maybay. Yeah, we'll see how the race goes. Pretty cool circuit. Some pretty good corner names. So corner 1 is known as the first corner. The fast S's are known as the snake. Then we have the hairpin corner known as the hairpin. And then the back straight is the back stretch. That's another innovative corner name. And then the last corner of the race, which Youngling just pulled around now to do a 1:30.5, is called the last curve. I think I could start naming some F1 tracks, corners, if I had to follow through on that. So Youngling set a 1:30.5 1:30.73. And again, Lewis Hamilton, 1:30.983 in 2019. So Youngling going faster than the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, albeit not doing it in real life, where obviously the stakes are much, much higher. Steebs, new driver with Aston Martin, just joined the ARL. His first race with us sets a 1:30.6. And Youngling's probably asking, what the fuck? That's a wicked first lap from Steebs. We got Yake Thanks, Cowboy, Gunner, and Reese F1 is your top 6 to set a lap. Let's jump on board with Wolfman as he comes through into Sector 2. Looks like he's got a clear track ahead of him on the the back stretch into 130R. And this last chicane's called the Casino Triangle, and then the amazingly coined last curve. Wolf already in the 130, so he's not going to be... Oh, Wolf coming in for a pit stop. Not sure what happened there. Houdini just on an out lap now. Let's jump on board with Danny Blazin, who's in Sector 2, racing for Alpine tonight. Or racing for Alpine, because that's his full-time seat. By the way, Flavius, I Wikipedia'd the track because I figured I'd appreciate some of the history. Suzuka Circuit was originally designed in 1962 by Dutchman John Hans Hugenholtz. And again, the most iconic feature of this track is the figure-of-8 layout. This track is 5.8 kilometers or 3.6 miles long. Capacity of 155,000 people to check out the race. As Danny heads through the casino and the last curve, it looks like he's going into the pits as well. Who we got doing an outlap? Capital 58 coming in through Sector 2. That looks like Spoon into the back stretch. Sets a purple Sector 2. Somewhere Youngling saying that's just for you. Into the Casino Triangle. Does he cut the corner? He does. Cuts this corner as well. By cut, I mean takes a bit more curve into the last curve. Keeps it tight to the inside and puts down a 1:31.9. Good lap from Capital 58. The Magic Man Houdini's done his 3 seconds of practice as he heads through Snake into the Degner 1 and 2. I'm probably not saying that right, but 0 fucks given. That's just how I'm going to say it for this evening, so if it really bugs you, just join everybody else who's not watching the stream currently. Into the hairpin. That's going to be an easy one for me to remember. First curve, hairpin, back stretch, last curve. I fucked up. See, first corner. They changed corner and curve. As Houdini heads down the back stretch, heading into 130R, we should be taken flat in the dry, which he does with no problems whatsoever. Into the Casino Triangle, breaking around the 100-meter board. Takes a lot of curb there. Is he going to keep it tight to the inside line? Get his to that line as fast as possible? He does with a 1:31.5. Good lap in by Houdini. We have Flavius heading through the hairpin here in Sector 2. Looks like he's got a car in... No, he doesn't. He's got cars behind him, the Alfa Romeos, as he heads into Spoon. Little double apex. Easy to spin it if you touch that curve on the outside. If you don't believe me, you can check out my race from the other night. Although I lost it in the fast S's as well, because that's generally what I do, is fucking crash all the time. Once again, all these drivers setting these amazing times. Maybe not the fastest in the world, but they are driving with 0 assists, 0 race lines every Wednesday night, as per our schedule. Anyways, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARL, the Adult Racing League Elite Division. May as well give myself a plug to the nobody watching. Flavius goes 11th. P11 for Flavius. Flavius, P11. Looking through the statistics, it like a D2 driver got a penalty, and it was just enough to move Flavius into P11. P11 is like Flavius's position, just outside of the points, but he is Mr. Consistent. Doesn't lose the car, keeps it on track, is very hard to overtake, defends really well, so we're hoping he has a good race and finishes up into the points tonight. Wolfman through Sector 2 on his second attempt at putting down a time. Wolfman and Danny Blaze are the only two drivers not set a lap time as of yet. We have 7 minutes left in qualification. Again, short qualifying, 50% race, dynamic weather. As he comes to the Casino Triangle, is he going to box or is he going to keep it on the inside? He's going to go to the outside, so maybe losing a hair there, but not too much. 131.6 is a respectable time there by Wolfman. Danny Blazin on his outlap. Let's see what Youngling's up to here. Sector 2. We'll see if he's come down on his time. Feeling very energetic today. Like Woodford and Red Bull. Cowboy with the 130.4 takes provisional pole by a tenth. That probably flashed up on Youngling's screen, but Youngling is down 3 tenths heading into Sector 3. In through the Casino Triangle, takes a shitload of curb there. He's going to keep it tight to the inside, and he's going to go up into provisional pole again, I gather, with a 130.3. What's Steve's going to do? How's he going to respond? He's down 3 tenths as well. Steve's takes provisional pole, 130.249. Great laps from Steve's. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm probably not, but that's just generally how I talk. I put accents where accents don't belong, and it's just really fucking awkward. Alright, I'm going to try not to swear. Professionalism. With this amateur, for fun, competitive yet casual, 18-plus adult racing league. Danny Blazin on a flyer. Let's go on board with Danny Blazin, not on a... Oh, no, he's on a flyer. It looks like he's moving slow motion right now. Danny Blazin coming around Spoon, takes it tight on the apex, the first one and the second, uses all of the track. Again, pretty apprehensive on those curves because you just don't know which one's going to eject you and auto spin you. At least I don't. These curves here are treacherous. Takes 130R flat, as mostly everyone's going to do unless it's raining. You go through the Casino Triangle. It doesn't take too much curve on the exit of the chicane there and goes wide on the track. Again, probably only losing a tenth with a 147.2, so he probably had a mistake somewhere. We'll see if he's got enough fuel to do another lap. Youngling's box. Cowboy is in the box. Steve's is back in the box. What's Gunnar Addy going to do? Gunnar Addy has not set a good time here. He's invalidated. So we'll see if he has to box or if he's got enough fuel to go. We got yellows in Sector 2. Might be someone just pulling off the track. Gunnar is boxing on board with Souza. Down almost a tenth as he heads through Spoon. Down the back stretch. No DRS here. Would make it a little more interesting, I think. But then you'd have the DRS open through 130R, which could be probably pretty bad, like when Hulkenberg's didn't close. I think it was Hulkenberg and the car went like flying. In through the Casino Triangle. Keeps it tight on the inside. Souza with a 130.6, and we have 5 drivers in the 130s. Great job. Yeah, Kay, is up 5 seconds on his lap, so I'm assuming that was an out lap, or he's carrying a bit too much fuel. We'll have to see if he pulls out. We've got yellows in sector 1. Looks like just the Red Bull pulling off track for the Alfa Romeo there. Yeah, K in the Haas through Snake. Coming up on the two Degners. The first, oh, and he loses it. Just a bit too much power. He is still alive, though, gets off track. And he does have a car approaching. He's facing the wrong direction. Hopefully doesn't get disqualified. Taking care not to rejoin and interrupt the lap, which he does not. Great job by Yake. Top 3 in the pits. Steve's is coming out. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left. Youngling coming out. Cowboy still in the pits. Again, the even numbers on this track will be starting on the inside. And it's going to be, I think, it'll be good, but it's a pretty tricky first sector, just while the fields kind of sort themselves out. Because you get the double apex 1-2 of the first corner. And then you got Snake, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners, which are really tight. Not a lot of room to go side by side, and curbs that'll just eject you off the track, as I found out very quickly on lap 1 on Monday, which is the end of my evening. Not that anyone gives a shit, but I'm telling you anyways, because if you watch this, you're going to hear about it. Have moved up in the standings. I'm right now leading the Mario Kart standings. It's a league of just myself, and I don't get hit by shells, so it's pretty fucking awesome. Let's jump on board with Steve's. We'll flick back and forth between him and Youngling as they're both warming up their tires. And looks like Youngling's going to try and grab a little bit of a slipstream, but he has to move over there for the Haas. I don't know if that's Yake. Looks like he's on a flyer. So he's going to get impeded a little bit here. As Steve's is starting his fast lap. The Haas DRS open. Sue's over with the retirement. Youngling coming around the corner. Let's jump on board with Steve. It's a lot of curve into the first corner. Little dab of the downshift there. Not on the brakes at all, except for here. He goes into, keeps it in 5th. And he's flat. A little bit of a wiggle, or Cody's little glitch there. Down 0.2 hundredths into Degner 2, keeps it on the track, gets the traction. Into the hairpin, that's the end of quali. Cowboy not coming out to challenge again. Content with starting P3. Race Chase Gunner not coming out again. Nico on track with fresh softs. In through Spoon. Using all that track coming down the back stretch. And Steve's is up 600. All through the Casino Triangle here. Takes a boatload of curb there. Did he lose some time on the exit because he didn't set himself up for the second part? And he keeps it tight. And he's up a 10th. Oh, Youngling! That is not the right way. Youngling having to settle for P2. Seemingly lost it on the last curb. Doesn't get disqualified. Nico John on the back stretch here. Down 600ths as well. He's going to need a bit more than that to catch up to Gunner. Nico stays P7. Wolfman's calling it a night. And Rusev 1 calling it a night. And that is your qualification for round 8 of 14 in Suzuka, country of Japan. Steves is your pole sitter. Youngling P2, Cowboy P3, Souza is in P4, Race Chase in 5th, Addy in 6th, Nico in 7th, Yake in 8th, Wolfman in 9th, Andrew Mason in 10th. You got Houdini 11th, Capital 12th, Danny Flavius 13, 14, and Rusiev 1 in P15 to start the race. Got a quick word from our sponsors, that's what she said, and we will see you in a second with the start of the formation lap. Look at that, 700ths separate P1 and P2. That is tight. Houdini, I'll let you take that one, even though you're not on the chat. So I'm very curious what the weather's going to be like. It looks dry and sunny. Will there be rain? It is Suzuka. The threat of rain is always possible here. I think they had the canceled race last season, maybe, where it was just so much rain they had to call it. The typhoon, maybe it was in 2020. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was canceled. They didn't even, I don't even think they ran it. Like Spa, when they ran that like couple laps and gave everybody half points. Max won that one, just saying. Again, two-time world champion. So Andrew, two-time world champion. So our pit stop strategy today, mediums, good to 12 to 15 laps. We have a 27-lap race ahead of us. Let's check out who's starting on what. So we have only Youngling, Cowboy, Nico, and Wolfman electing to start on the hard compound tires. So we'll see if that strategy pays off. Everyone else electing to start on the medium. So medium hard race most likely, but again, safety cars could throw a set of soft compounds or a double medium stop. Nobody starting on the soft compounds this evening. Soft compounds probably only good for probably around 8 laps, I would think. 8 to 10. The mediums are 12 to 15. Maybe 8 on the higher end before you start falling off. We'll try and ride on board with some overtakes, some defending. So the drivers are all warming up their tires down the back stretch here. And we have reduced safety car because full safety car is just too much. And we have immersive pit stops and immersive formation lap and grid lineup. So if you see a DSQ there, it's because someone's overshot the start-finish line. Or undershot it. Probably overshot it, though. Cowboy just taking his sweet time coming up on the grid, getting as much heat into those hard compound tires as you can. Weaving all the way down. But yeah, soft compound, not even the predictive pit strategy. Oh, and Youngling overshoots. He's going to be starting back a meter or two from that line, which is going to give Steves a little bit of an advantage. Off the start, Nico John also disqualifies on the grid form-up. Again, no big deal. You just start back a little further than you would like to. Where is... And we have 5 lights and we're out, but I can't see the lights. And I'm so excited that here we go on the first lap of Suzuka, 1 of 27. Steves gets off to a rocket start. Is already 7/10 up on 8/10, a second up on Youngling, and it's just climbing. He put fucking jet fuel in that Aston Martin. We got Cowboy down 1, Souza taking a position, Race Chase taking a position, Ambu getting into some trouble, down 3 spots. Flavius and Russi hanging in there. Souza all over the back of Youngling now. Where was he? There he was. Cowboy down a position. Race Chase is also down 1. Houdini makes up 2 spots. The Bahrain Bullet, as they call him. And we have yellow flags of Yake Thanks in the Williams, moving very slow towards the hairpin. Lost it in Degner, it looks like. I don't know if there was contact or not. Roos takes Ambu. And Souza all over the back of Youngling. Race Chase chasing down Gunnar Addy. Gunnar Addy chasing down Cowboy. We're still pretty tight. Oh, he has to jam the brakes there. Almost goes right into the back of Youngling. It was some good heads-up driving there by Souza. 34.7 is our fastest lap, which we'll see come down through the race. Again, 1 extra point for fastest lap if you finish in the top 10. You have had a few occasions where a driver outside of the top 10 ended up scoring that. That was a Cowboy last week, I think. A little wiggle there from Souza. He's in tight to Youngling right now. Race Chase all over the back of Gunnar Addy. And Nico John, again, the 2 Mercedes find themselves sandwiching the Ferrari of Gunnar Addy. Well, that's not right. Oh, yeah, it is. Those 2 Mercedes, I mean, they play well together as a team, and they're always super tight on the grid. I think they got a pretty good run for some Constructors' Championship here as we shoot down to the standings to see that Ferrari is in P1 and back 10 points is Mercedes. Ferrari only has 1 driver in tonight, so Mercedes can take the lead with 2 drivers finishing strong. So Race Chase and Nico John are probably going to be focused on that. Souza on Youngling is just right in the slipstream, heading to 130R. Is he going to look for a move into the Casino Triangle? He's not. He's going to set it up. We're going to have DRS this lap, but it won't be till the end of the lap and the start of the 4th lap. 33.7, and Steves is up 3 seconds on Youngling. DRS is enabled. Race Chase following Gunnar Addy. Gunnar Addy following Cowboy. And Cowboy on the hard compound tires. The rest of the drivers on mediums right now. Cowboy's going to be playing the long game. Youngling as well on the hard compound tires. Souza gets Youngling out of the in through snake. Somewhere in the S's there. Souza gets the overtake done, and we missed that. And Souza on the medium compound tires, I believe. Gonna get a bit more grip. No one's come in for a stop, which means no one's got damage, which is awesome to see. Yake is caught back up to the field. Souza pulling away from Youngling, trying to get himself out of DRS. Race chase. We'll have to jump back on board with Youngling and Souza there for the DRS straight heading into the first corner. See if P2 changes hands once again. It looks like they're pretty close. Might be a bit too far. 7/10 is the gap. 8/10 is the gap. Youngling DRS wide open. And he's going to be a bit too far back for the move, but race chasing Gunner. Getting a little far back, and he was about 5/6/10, so we might have to be in the 3/10 area, 3/4/10. Race chase takes a look on the outside on Gunner Addy there, and then just falls back in line, but is right on his gearbox. Houdini chasing down Wolfman here. Got a couple good battles. Capital and Danny Blazin. Danny Blazin gets the move done on Capital. Souza out of DRS range now and closing the gap on speed. That gap is down from 3.6 to 2.9. Yellow's in sector 2. Not sure who that is. Oh, and we have a safety car as Danny Blazin is out. Looks like the exit of the second Degner, which is a shitty traction zone. And we have a full safety car. What's going to happen? Is Steve's coming in for a stop? 4 laps in. The medium is potentially good for another 11. With 3 under the safety car, you might be able to squeak out a few more. Could we have a medium to soft? It's possible. I mean, it used to be possible. In the old game, you could do a medium soft. Back when the F1 game wasn't complete fucking shit. I just mean that in the sense of completely broken. Got a good lobby going tonight. Crossplay, our host for the evening, Flavius10, much appreciated. And yep, Danny Blazin saying just a bit too much gas coming out of Dagner 2 there. Probably got a little bit of curb for good measure. Souza comes in. Let's see what we're going on here. Souza is in for the hard compounds. Gunner's in for the hards. Race Chase is in for the hards. Houdini's in for the hards. Now, are they going to go the rest of the race? 22 laps, provided no further safety car. I think it's doable. So we have our top 8 drivers all electing not to have a pit stop. And hey, Danny Blazin, if you're watching, man, you made it like 3 more laps than I did. I didn't even, I fucked 3.5, 3 3/4. I didn't even make it through the S's on Monday night. It was terrible. So disappointing. We line up behind the safety car. A good possibility that everybody will be caught up at this point. Will we do an additional lap? Flavius looks like he's just catching up to the back of the grid there on the fresh hard compounds, and they should all be back, but I don't think we're going in. We're going to do one more lap under safety car. Interesting fact, this circuit has been modified at least 8 times. In 83, chicane was inserted in the last curve to slow the cars down on the pit straight. 84, the first part of Spoon was made. 87, circuit was brought up to F1 and Grand Prix standards. Degner curve was made into 2 corners instead of 1 long curve, and more cross barriers and runoff areas were added. Exposed vegetation was barricaded off, and straw bales were removed. 2002, 130R was modified, as was some of the snake curves, made a bit straighter and faster. 2003, the chicane was made slightly faster and closer to the 130R. And Degner Curve was named in the honor of Ernst Degner after he crashed his factory Suzuki 50 there during the Suzuki's inaugural All-Japan Championship Road Race meeting in November 3rd, 1962. Hairpin, turn 11, was coined Kobayashi Corner after driver Kumi Kobayashi passed 5 drivers with aggressive moves in the 2010 Japanese Grand Prix. And unfortunately, in 2014, F1 driver Jules Bianchi suffered serious injuries and passed away in the hospital 9 months later, colliding with a recovery vehicle. And I think he's related to Charles Leclerc. As we head through Spoon, will the safety car come in? It is coming in, and Steve's slowing the pack down. The pace is his to dictate at this point. He's going to let that safety car come in and try not to give Youngling too much of an advantage heading down the straight. And Steve's is off, Youngling is off, Cowboy is off. And here we go into turn 1, or the first corner. It's official name. It's actually 2 corners. Look like yellow flags, but looks okay. Steves hangs on to the lead. Capital moves up 1 on Souza. Gunner, oh, it looks like Wolfman and Rusev 1 are dropping down the pack very quickly. Wolfman in the Haas at a standstill on the exit of turn 2 heading into Snake, but he is moving again. We'll see if he has to box. We'll see if Roos has to box. Capital chasing down Nico John. Race chase boxed, and Nico decided to stay out on his hard compound tires. And Wolf moving very slowly. I'm going to assume that he's going to come in for a stop again. 6-lap-old hard compounds. He could do a medium. I don't think the mediums will be able to do 21 laps. Soon to be 20 laps. Again, no DRS for 2 laps. This will be the 2nd lap. Steve said in the fastest time with a 33.5. Souza all over the back of Capital here. He's pretty close. Wolf comes into the pits, nabs himself a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. Souza all over the back of Capital right now. Capital just outside of DRS range, but they'll have to wait till the end of the next lap before they're able to utilize that. Race Chase and Houdini are pretty close. Race Chase chasing down Gunnar Addy again. Both of them electing to stop. Gunnar Addy coming out on top. Through Spoon. Souza all over the back of Capital right now. Goes side by side into 130R. Who's going to come out on top? Capital lifts off, it looks like. I wasn't watching his onboard, and Souza takes P5. Rusev 1 has ended his race, and we have safety car number 2. Roos looks like, yep, Roos lost it out of Spoon on the exit there. And we have our second safety car. So Steves, Youngling, Cowboy, Nico, Souza, Capital, all have not made a stop as of yet. So we'll see if Steves decides to come in or if he's going to keep pushing those medium compound tires. Maybe try a medium soft. I mean, if you can get into the 1920, you can do another 11 laps. We've had 2 to 3 laps under safety car, so you're not going to be putting too much wear on those tires. It'll be interesting to see what Steves does. Again, looking at his time, the guy knows what he's doing, so we'll see what strategy he does. Maybe, what's going on, man? Looks like we got some more competition. Steves, VW, quadruple 8, leading the race right now, but is yet to box. As we wait to see who's going to be coming in for a stop. So the only drivers that have not made a stop as of yet, Steves, Youngling, Cowboy, Nico, and Capital. Maybe happy to see the Youngling might not be able to score as many points as he possibly could. Youngling also coming in for his stop. We'll see they're going to be going to the hard compound tires. One would think Souza takes the lead of the Grand Prix, followed by Gunnar Addy, now moving to P2, race chase into P3. So Steves elects for the hard compound tires. Youngling elects for the medium compound tires because he was already on the hards. We'll see if Youngling can muster out 18 laps on these medium compound tires. Or he's going to do another medium stop maybe. We'll see. Cowboy comes out. Cowboy comes out on the medium compounds as well. Nico on the mediums. Capital boxes for hard compound tires. And we'll wait and see as the grid forms up. Souza leading the race. 5-lap-old hard compound tires. Is in a pretty good position. Oh, yep. Maybe agrees that Souza's in a very good position if no more safety cars. But we've had 2 in the last 3 racing laps. And we're only 10 laps in. Maybe, again, our championship leader in Elite, our championship winner from last season, Champions and Constructors, saying 16 to 17 laps on the medium compounds is doable, but tough at the end. So if Maybe can do it, I definitely can't. But some of these guys, I'm sure, would be able to pull it off. Youngling, Cowboy, Nico, and Wolfman. Once again, if you're watching, ARL, Elite Division, no assists, no racing line, just the drivers doing their thing, using the marker boards, reference points on the track, and giving it their all here in round 8 of 14 Suzuka Circuit in Japan. We have most of the pack caught up at this point. Wolfman just coming through the hairpin of Sector 2 as the rest of the drivers are continuing through Sector 1. So we're going to get at least one more lap of this one. I don't know if they'll start it until he's caught up, but I mean, it is F122. Stranger things have happened. They might be giving Wolfman a delta just to help him out a little bit, too. You never know with this game. As we head through the Dagners into the hairpin or Kobayashi corner as it was once referred to. 5 overtakes in that corner. That's pretty insane. Wolf just coming around the first curve. Oh, and Cowboy gets a drive-through penalty for falling too far back. That's going to just destroy his opportunity now to challenge for some heavy points. He's probably furious. Cowboy, currently running 9th, is going to have to do a drive-through. Drive-through must be served 3 laps, within 3 laps, on green flag conditions. So he cannot pull in and serve that drive-through penalty until we're back to racing speed again. The safety car is going to be doing another lap. Wolf is catching up. Looks like I've got a glitch. It's showing Houdini down 2 laps and Wolf down 1 lap. That doesn't make sense with Houdini ahead. Steves. Oh, looks like we had an accidental overtake there. The position given back. Not sure what happened. So our grid, as of right now, Souza is in P1, Gunner in P2, Race Chase in P3. Those are your provisional podium sitters as of right now. Yak Hay moves up to 4. Ambu in 5th. Ambu Podium Mason looking to get another podium. Live up to that awesome nickname he has. Flavius in P7. Steves was our race leader, is in P6 on 2-lap-old hard tires. We'll see what he can do with the drivers ahead. And we're going to get a restart this lap. If I was a betting man, I'd put my money on that. Wolfman with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lanes. Cowboy Cause with a drive-through penalty for falling too far back on the safety car. And that is it for current penalties. I'm just going to repeat myself. Drive-through penalty must be served 3 from green flags. You have 3 laps, or you'll be disqualified by the in-game penalty system. Safety car is coming in. Souza slowing the pack down. Going to want to put some space between himself and that safety car so he can launch off that last curve. Working to warm up those hard compound tires. The top 7 drivers all on the hard compound, and Capital in P11 on hard compound as well. As Souza comes through around the last curve, and he is off. Gets a good jump on Gunner Addy. 6 tenths up already, 5 tenths. Gunner burning that ERS probably. No, not really. Shows you how much I know. Flavius drops down 2 spots, with Nico coming up behind him. Youngling climbing. Steves has made it around Ambu Mason and has got a gaggle of cars ahead of him. Wolfman coming in for a pit stop. Served that 5-second penalty. Or maybe he had a drive-through as well. Looks like he had a drive-through because he's on the same compound of tires. Steves chasing down Yake, Race Chase, and Gunner Addy. Souza up there as well in the distance. Youngling all over the back of Steves as well. We got one hell of a race in this top 6 positions right now. Everyone's super tight. Capital gets the move done on Flavius. It's going into Spoon, he made that, or through Spoon. Yellow flags in Sector 2. We have the Aston Martin of Andrew Mason is out, and the third safety car. Holy Jesus, we can't even get 2 laps in without a safety car. Who's gonna box? Is anybody gonna box? Youngling's gonna box. That's gonna put him at the back. Cowboy's still having to hang on to that penalty. Nico's sticking out. Capital's staying out. Youngling is in. Houdini's staying out. Flavius is coming in for a tire change as well. 9-lap-old Hards probably going to flick onto the mediums. And maybe called it. Onto the mediums. Wolf on 3-lap-old, and he's coming in as well. What's Wolf going to do? Another set of mediums, probably? And he is on a 2-lap-old set of medium compound tires, so it'll take him down 1 lap in tires. He was on 3-lap-olds, now he's on 2-lap-olds. Souza leading the Grand Prix, and we'll take a quick break to refill our Woodford. We'll be right back. Alright, did I miss anything? I hope not. It was a safety car. Everyone's caught back up. It looks like we will be going in because obviously there's no actual debris to clean up. Third safety car, 15 laps in. We'll have 12 laps of racing ahead of us. Fresh mediums, good pace. Steves elects to stay out on the hard compounds in P5. Youngling came in and boxed, so he's hoping those medium compounds are going to be able to make the difference. Steves, though, has Yake, Race Chase, Gunner, and Souza to manage. So we'll see. Steve showing some awesome pace here, some good driving. Obviously, he was our pole sitter for this race. Cowboy's still hanging on to that drive-through. He's going to have to serve it. And the safety car, a late call because we're already into the casino triangle here. Souza slowing it down. Gonna wait before that line to hit the gas, and there he goes. Gets the jump on Gunnar Addy again. Gunnar Addy with Race Chase. Behind him, he's got a good jump on Yake. Steves gets a penalty for a collision with Cowboy, and Steves drops all the way down. 5 seconds for that. Not sure what happened. Cowboy coming in for a pit stop. Now, was that an actual pit stop? And he gets the 5-second. Cowboys retired. Steve's got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane and a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane and the collision. We've got yellow flags in Sector 1 and Sector 3. And that's just kind of taken the hope out of Steve's race. He goes onto the soft compound, though. This will be interesting. And he's going to be hoping for his safety car. He's coming out of the pit, so the majority of the drivers ahead are coming around Spoon, and oh, Souza loses it. Oh, race through Spoon. Souza drops down to 7th position. Gunnar Addy is our new race leader with Race Chase, Nico John, Capital, and Youngling right behind him. Gunnar's got to be feeling the pressure now. And this race has turned very eventful. Maybay's cheering you on, Gunnar. Get those Ferrari points in. We don't want Mercedes catching up. We got a 2-3 with Mercedes right now. Youngling gets the move done on Capital as a second back from Nico. Nico on older medium compound tires. Race Chase on 12-lap old hards. Gunnar on 12-lap old hards. We'll see if Race Chase and Nico do the switcheroo. I know they've done that a few times before. A little bit of team orders, a little bit of friendly conversation, and Youngling creating down the back of Nico. Nico all over the back of Race Chase. Race Chase trying to catch up as they go through Degner 2. Steve's pretty far back here. Still has 5 seconds to serve. He must have served the 5-second penalty immediately when he came in for that pit stop. Gunnar Addy is your race leader. Youngling all over the back of Nico John right now. Nico John's got to be feeling that pressure. We have Cowboy apologizing for whatever happened on the Discord server, so I guess there must have been a little incident there, obviously, which caused that collision. And Cowboy taking himself out of the race for that. But again, attitude is everything, man. Super appreciative of guys able to admit when they've made a mistake and apologize, and it doesn't turn like a toxic bullshit server, which unfortunately are way too many. For this great sport of esports driving, even though we're not esports, online racing, sim racing, whatever the hell you want to call it. Good on you, Cowboy. Appreciate the attitude. I gotta say, man, all these drivers, so professional for the most part. Barely any server bullshit to deal with. Everyone tries to drive as clean as possible, as fair as possible, within the rules of the ARL. Some of these guys showing up week after week, all the time, checking in when they should, just makes it really easy to run the league, and I definitely appreciate the effort from our core Formula One drivers here in the ARL. Nico and Race Chase back on this. Race Chase keeping it tight with Gunnar. We're going to get some DRS assistance. He's down to 27%. Gunner's up to 21%. Nico's at 52% DRS. It's really around 20% difference. With Race Chase the lowest of the three. getting the move done in the last corner on Capital with DRS wide open. Gets that done early, so thank you very much. The Magic Man with his 3 seconds of practice, running P5. Youngling just all over the back of Nico John. Race Chase getting ever so much closer. Race Chase smelling his first race win here in ARL Elite. I'm not sure if he's done it in the previous season, but hasn't done it in this season as of yet. Gunnar Addy looking for his first win. Nico, I'm pretty sure, has not won a race either this season. I'm going to go check my standings here. Not trying to put the comms curse on anyone here, but let's take a peek. Race Chase, best position finish is third. Nico, second. Gunnar Addy is fourth, 12 points. Gunnar Addy scores a podium. He will be out of the running for the Hulkenberg Award. Hulkenberg Award I borrowed from East Coast F1 or Remy Shaw, I think that's how you say his name. Hulkenberg Award for each division is given out to the highest scoring full-time driver in a division that does not score a podium. So great driver, like Nico Hulkenberg, but just has that elusive podium. Race Chase DRS, Nico DRS, Youngling DRS. Souza on Capital, side by side, heading into the first corner. I hate this angle. Souza gets the move done on Capital. Wolfman on the back of Capital as well. Souza up into P6, was our race leader and just lost it in through Spoon, I think it was. Again, no assists, no traction control, no ABS, no racing line. It is so easy to make a mistake, miss a braking point, lock up the tires, lose traction and throw yourself for a burger. Flavius, my man, is in P11. I love it. Steve's up to P10 with the fastest laps. That'd be 2 points on his race debut so far. Race Chase in the lead. Gets the move done on Gunnar Addy. I mean, imagine that's through the hairpin there. Race Chase in P1. Nico John over the back of Gunnar Addy 2, heading into the Casino Triangle. Gunnar Addy looks a little bit wiggly there. They're all going to have DRS. Is Gunnar going to be able to get his lead back? Got a pretty good gap. He is going to go for it. Race Chase taking up the middle. Gunnar Addy. Oh no, Race Chase comes back. Race Chase hangs on to the lead through the first curve with some wheel-to-wheel racing. Nico looking for somewhere to go. Youngling looking for somewhere to go. Race Chase pulling ahead through all that traffic there. He's got a 1 second lead on Gunnar Addy. Nico looking to get it done on Gunnar. Youngling looking for some room as well, jumping in that slipstream there. Houdini there in the background you saw with Souza for company. Souza trying to climb back up the order as they head towards Spoon. Just trying to jump on board. Anyone going to make a move here? Youngling's all over the back of Nico John. Nico John all over the back of Gunnar. Nico and Youngling both on the faster compound, but Nico's tires 4 laps older than Youngling. And we have 7 laps to go, soon to be 6. Jump on board with Gunnar Addy, who's going to have DRS again. Race Chase moving to the inside line. Going to be a bit too far back. What about Youngling? He's going to be a bit too far back. And we have no position changes at this point in the Grand Prix. like Flavius boxed for a set of soft compound tires, 2 laps old. We missed that somewhere. Race Chase just under a 1 second lead on Gunnar Addy. 17 lap old hards for our first 2 drivers. Those are going to be coming to the end of their life at the end here. We'll see how badly they fall off. We'll see how if Nico John's able to hold on. Houdini with 13 lap old tires as well. He's on 17 lap old medium, those sort of hards, and Yake on 17 lap old hards. So Youngling, aside from Steves and Flavius, is on the best compound tire, but he is running out of laps with 6 laps to go. Soon to be 5. Flavius gets it done on Steves, who comes in and boxes. I guess he was boxing for the softs to gain some ground and hope for another safety car. We have side-by-side Gunnar Addy, Nico John through 130R, and Nico John gets the move done. Nico John up to P2. Youngling looking up the inside on Gunnar Addy through the Casino Triangle. He's going to have to back out of that one a little bit, but Gunnar now starting to feel those tires with Youngling on his back. 3 cars coming down the straight. Youngling moves to the inside line. They got Nico in front of them. It's going to be a 3-car corner. Youngling gets ahead of Gunnar. Gunnar down to P4. Houdini right on the back of Gunnar now too, with Souza right on the back of him. And all this is playing right into Race Chase's hands. He's got a 2-second lead on his teammate as it stands. They finish P1 and 2. They will take over. Team Mercedes will take over the Constructors' Championship. Looks like Houdini and Souza. Souza trading places there. We got the corner of that coming through. Youngling all over the back of Nico John now. Nico John's going to have to hold off Youngling to help his teammate out here. Race Chase 2 seconds up. 5 laps to go. This pit strategy could have played right into Youngling's hands. Gunnar falling off the pace now. We've got 1.5 seconds back on Youngling. Race Chase gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh no! And Race Chase watching his P1 victory evaporate. He's 1.7 up on his teammate, 1.9 up on Youngling, and has copped a 3-second penalty. Youngling goes up the inside of Nico John and gets the move done right before the first corner. Youngling up into P2, provisionally P1 with that 3-second time penalty. And Youngling's chasing down Race Chase, which is kind of ironic that Youngling's chasing Race Chase, I guess. It's a dad joke. I'm allowed to do it. I'm a dad. Flavius up into P10, Yake in 9th, Wolfman in 8th, the 2 Haas drivers. We have Capital and Williams in 7th, Souza in 6th, Houdini is in 5th, got the position back, Gunnar Addy, and we got Nico and Youngling. So Youngling's going to have to step on it a little bit. Actually, not so much. He's only 1.3 back, but he's going to have to fend off Nico John, who's staying in touch, keeping it within DRS. For now, as we head through Spoon. Through the back stretch, 8 tenths separate Youngling and Nico John. Youngling's improved 3 tenths on Race Chase's lead, down to 1 second, now up to 1.1. Now back down to 1 second, now under 1 second. Is he going to get it on the DRS line? He is not going to get DRS on this round, but he's within 8 tenths as it stands. Race Chase desperately trying to get a gap here. Gunnar Addy, if he gets a move on, might be able to get the spot on Race Chase as well. Lap 25 and 27, 3 laps remaining as we head through Snake. Souza Houdini coming up again through the S's with Capital there waiting for something to happen. Youngling 4/10 on Race Chase. Trying to flick back and forth to these battles. This has been one hell of a race so far. 3 safety cars. We had Steves in the lead. We had Souza in the lead. We had Gunner in the lead. We had Race Chase in the lead. There's 4 separate drivers to own the lead of this race. And might be 5 if Youngling takes this from Race Chase here. Race Chase desperately hoping his buddy Youngling gets a little bit of a burger here and takes the pressure off. As we head down the back stretch, Youngling with 47% ERS, Race Chase down to 16. As they head through the Casino Triangle, Race Chase got Youngling all over him. DRS will be wide open. Youngling is going to move into the lead. Side by side, gets it done. And we have our 5th race leader for the night. Is Youngling. The 2 Mercedes in P2 and 3, Gunner falling off the pace, so at worst right now, provided no on-track issues, Race Chase is going to finish off on the podium in P3, Nico in P2, as it stands currently right now. Again, that's not getting into whether or not that penalty will be removed or not through the stewards. That is something else. Race Chase already 1.2 back. Is there going to be the little swap going on between Nico and Race Chase? Both of them, their tires probably screaming, and we do have the switcheroo of Race Chase and Nico John. Gunner 5/10. He's going to make 6/10 of time on the last lap in order to get P3 from Race Chase. Gunner's going to have to put the pedal to the metal, and he's going to have to stay ahead of Souza, who's moving up. Youngling with a 2-second lead on the last lap, coming now. I tell you, this has been a pretty exciting race. Gunner 3.4 back on Race Chase. Oh no, what happened to Gunner? Nothing. Gunner just got overtaken by Souza. Souza is going to need to take 5/10 out of Race Chase on this lap. On 22 lap old hard tires, P3, 4, and 5. So they're evenly matched. It's all about who is nicer to those tires. 3.2. Souza, 14% ERS, is going to have to get it done here. 3.3. Houdini and Capital swap it out. Houdini up to P6. Capital fighting back though. Heading into Spoon. Is Capital going to go for the move in the last corner? You got 4 drivers neck and neck. 3.1 seconds is the gap between Race Chase and Souza. And we have Youngling coming around. And Youngling is your race winner. Nico John crosses P2. Race Chase crosses P3. Souza's 2.9 seconds moves into P3. Race Chase P4. Gunner Addy P5. Capital P6. Yake crosses the line 7th. Wolfman crosses the line 8th. Good points for Haas. Houdini crosses the line to 9th. Is going to cross the line. Oh, something happened to Houdini. He's facing the wrong way. Houdini going backwards. Houdini crosses the line in P9 in reverse. Steve's coming for P10. Fastest lap will be owned by Steve's 132.1, which is good enough for the Hall of Fame too, I believe. We'll have to check that out after. Steves and Flavius in P11. Sorry, Flavius. I know you hate finishing in P11, but it's like crazy. Souza celebrating his P3 podium. Got down to 2.9 seconds on Race Chase crossing the line, and Steves crosses 10th. Flavius heading down the back stretch. We'll finish us off here in P11. Well, I've never seen a driver cross the line in reverse, but the Magic Man Houdini did it. Driver of the day today will be, you're going to see it pop up on your screen. Capital 58 gets the driver of the day. Steves gets the fastest lap. We have Youngling, Nico, and Souza as your race podium sitters. Youngling with the win, Nico John in P2, and Souza in P3. Excellent drive. The Discord isn't lit up yet with anything, so I'm pretty sure everyone so far is pretty content. We'll take you through the timing screens here. So I have them for my records. Youngling, Nico, Souza, your podiums. Race Chase in 4th, Gunner 5th, Capital 6th, and driver of the day. Yake Fang 7th, Wolfman 8th, Houdini 9th in reverse, and Steves in P10. Flavius P11, and DNFs for Cowboy, Ambu Mason, Roos, and Danny Blazin. That is it. That is all for me. ARL Season 4, Round 8 of 14, Japan is in the books. Take care. We'll see you next time.